When workers' rights are under attack, what do? That's right. Thanks so much. It's wonderful hearing from labor out here, exposing the lies that Hillary and the Democratic Party try to peddle to convince us that our interests are with them. They're not. So our next speaker is Emily with POPS, or People Organizing for Philippine Solidarity. POPS is a local organization of non-Filipinos united under the belief that the Filipino people have a right to struggle for national and social liberation. POPS is a member organization of the Friends of the Filipino People in Struggle, which unites non-Filipinos across the world in solidarity with the national democratic struggle in the Philippines.
Hello everyone, my name is Emily and I am speaking today on behalf of Friends of the Filipino People in Struggle. We are a global organization of non-Filipinos united in the belief that the Filipino people have a right to struggle against oppressive rule by any means necessary. While Hillary Clinton is inside at the Schnitz today, she will speak about her role in upholding democracy, human rights, and justice. But she and the Democratic Party will do anything to maintain U.S. dominance globally. As Secretary of State, she led the destruction of the anti-imperialist government in Libya. She undercut the sovereignty of Haiti and Palestine, paving the way for the Biden government to back the escalated genocide in Palestine today. She coined the term pivot to Asia, which has led to the unprecedented U.S. military buildup in the Asia Pacific in order to encircle China. In the Philippines, this means developing counter-terrorism operations which target the revolutionary movement in the countryside. In May, an International People's Tribunal was held to try the Philippine government, Marcos, Duterte, and the U.S. government. We heard testimonies from the Filipino people on the indiscriminate bombings, deliberate targeting of citizens, red tagging, forced displacement of entire communities, abductions, forced disappearances, torture, and massacres. These atrocities are crimes under international humanitarian law, and in the context of the armed conflict in the Philippines are considered war crimes. These crimes are carried out by the government of the Republic of the Philippines with the full support of the U.S. government. They support them in policy, in training, in financing, and supplying weapons and war materials which are used indiscriminately against both combatants and civilians. These war crimes are being committed following the path that Hillary Clinton laid out in her pivot to Asia. Last year, the U.S. federal budget for militarism was $1.14 trillion, 62% of the budget. How much of that was for food and agriculture? Barely 1%. How much of that was for health and for education? Barely 10%. The U.S. is giving billions of dollars to maintain their hegemony throughout the world while crushing people's movements, all while deprioritizing the basic needs of the people here in the U.S. But wherever there is oppression, there is resistance. From Palestine to the Philippines, from India to Myanmar, from the Sahel to the Tigray region, people are exercising their right to struggle against oppressive rule and for national and social liberation by any means necessary. As Friends of the Filipino People in Struggle, we affirm our solidarity with the National Democratic Front of the Philippines and their 12-point program. U.S. imperialism, whether it's Clinton, Blinken, Trump, or Biden keeps the Philippines under its neo-colonial rule. But the Filipino people, represented by the National Democratic Front, are carrying out a people's war to end the dominance of U.S. imperialism in their country for a Philippines that is truly sovereign and democratic. The Filipino people and people throughout the world have a right to struggle for self-determination. In the Philippines, this means they are engaged in a protracted people's war for national liberation. And throughout the world, people are engaged in struggle to free themselves, their land, and their people, to build a world free from the dominance of imperialism. Down with Clinton and her pivot to Asia. Down with U.S. imperialism. Support the militant struggles of oppressed peoples all